I have a bit of a migraine headache. Usually I get really wound up. So I'm going to be a little more low-key for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Don't believe that. I'm still going to be wound up. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. We are one day away from the caucuses, baby. I thought what I would do is just take a little bit of time and tell you all why the heck, because this is the toughest thing I've ever done in my life, why the heck I'm running against a sitting president, why I'm running against Donald Trump. And then I'd love to do what I always love to do, hear from you guys. Take questions from you all. Many in this room are younger than me. That's cool. I know that politics right now in America seems crazy. It is. Donald Trump in the White House. We're divided. We're yelling at each other. The Democrats have their fight going on. The Republicans have their fight going on. You think the country's going to burn down. This is a great time to be alive. America's going through something right now, and you need to get involved and get into it no matter what you believe. Here's the deal. I announced 6 months ago that I'm going to run as a Republican against Donald Trump because I think he is unfit to be president. I've been saying this for 6 months, so I'm not going to change what I believe now. I think he's unfit to be president. I disagree with Donald Trump. I'm a Republican. I believe in freedom and limited government. I believe you can live your life and I'll stay out of your hair. Let me live my life and you stay out of my hair. I mean, I believe in freedom and limited government. I disagree with Donald Trump on a lot of issues. I think his tariffs suck. I think they're hurting, killing Iowa farmers. Donald Trump is increasing the debt way faster than Barack Obama did. Donald Trump has made things down at our border worse than it was when he got elected. And Donald Trump is out there hugging tyrants and dictators and bad guys and giving the middle finger to all of our friends and allies. I disagree with Donald Trump on a lot of issues. But I would not have done this just because I disagree with Trump on issues. This is too hard. I gave up my livelihood to do this. I get threats every day. People attack me and yell at me every day. You better have a really good reason to take on a guy like Donald Trump. And I want to tell you why I'm doing it. When I say that I believe this president is unfit, and a lot of people feel that way, but what do I mean? 2 reasons why I think Donald Trump is. And by the way, that's a serious charge, right? I disagreed with Barack Obama on a lot of policies. I never thought Obama was unfit. I yelled at George W. Bush for a lot of things he did. I didn't think George W. Bush was unfit to be president. We've got something now in the White House that we've never had. When I say Trump's unfit, here's what I mean. Almost every time, and think about this, almost every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he tells a lie. Think about that. Think about what your parents always told you. Think about how we were raised. We have a guy, I don't care what your politics are, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. If I loved everything Donald Trump did and he still lied to me 12 times a day, I would not support him. None of us should ever put up with a president who lies almost every time he opens his mouth. I don't care if you like what he's doing. That's a bad, dangerous thing. The other reason why I think Trump is really unfit to be president is, let me find the most delicate way to say this. All he cares about is Donald Trump. He's incapable, I mean really incapable, of putting the country's interest ahead of his own. And when you go back from the beginning when he got elected all the way through right up now, I could give you 30 different examples. He's incapable of doing what's best for the country because his whole life he's only done what's best for Donald Trump. The latest example, again, was Ukraine, what he did with the president of Ukraine. And I know some of you may be confused and think the whole Ukraine thing, why Trump got impeached, how confusing it is. It's not confusing. It's not confusing. The President of the United States had the President of Ukraine on the phone. And what did he do? He said to the head of a foreign government, I want you to help me cheat in my next election. Go dig up dirt on Joe Biden. He used the powers of his office to try to force a foreign government to help him cheat. Right? All he's thinking about is, what's good for me? I'm not going to win the Iowa caucuses. I might, but I probably won't. This is going to be really difficult to beat him. But gosh, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not an independent yet. I'm still a Republican. But I just thought it was really important for a Republican to stand up and say what I'm saying. Many of you may not know this, but most of my former Republican colleagues in the House and the Senate, privately, they agree with what I say about Trump. I talk to them privately. They don't like Trump. They think he's a moron. They know he lies. They're afraid to say anything publicly because they want to get reelected. They're afraid of angering his voters. I just thought it was really important that you know, and what's your first name?
Holly.
Holly, that you know that I'm a Republican, and that guy, Donald Trump over there, his Republican Party is not my party. I believe in freedom and limited government and opportunity for all. I don't believe it's right to be cruel. I don't believe it's right to be indecent. I don't believe it's right to say, hey, brown-skinned congresswomen, go back to where you came from. I wanted you and you and you to know that this is not my Republican Party, and there are a lot of other Republicans and conservatives like me who feel the same way. And if I have to fall on my sword and get beat up every day because I'm challenging Donald Trump, I will do it. Because I don't want my Republican Party to die. And I'll close with this. Because of Donald Trump, and there may be some exceptions in the room, because of Donald Trump, young people in America,